We are back here on Girl Talk, and we've added a few more friendly faces to our panel. We have Mike Iaquinta, who is here. We have Sage Iaquinta, who is here, the woman of the group that's going to interpret for her father. Which is wonderful. It's kind of nice, Father's Day weekend, that you're here with your dad. I like that a lot. You have the most interesting business, and we would like to hear a little bit about it.
Okay, good.
Because we're all about health and wellness.
Yes, we are.
Well, 75% of our call-ins are from women, whether they're mothers or they're married. They're normally calling in for their children. But what we do is we provide 24/7 access to a board-certified physician over the phone.
What's the name of the business?
iSelectMD.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And what our members do, and typically most of our membership are employees of employers around the state. We focus specifically on South Carolina.
Okay.
We're getting ready to launch in a couple other states, but if you're one of our employers and your employees are covered, you can pick up the phone and within 20 minutes be speaking to a board-certified physician. And
why? Why is that important? What are the advantages? How is that a practical way for me to work my health care?
Okay. That's a great question. Let's talk for a minute about acute illnesses.
Okay.
Acute illnesses, defined by the AMA and the Academy of Family Physicians, are illnesses that will resolve themselves without any medical intervention.
Okay.
Those illnesses include cold, flu symptoms, ear infections, strep throat, bladder infections. We do a lot of upper respiratory infections, but typically these are the everyday illnesses that sometimes end up in an emergency room, an urgent care.
Unnecessarily so.
Unnecessarily, and a lot of times it's very expensive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So for a membership fee of less than $4 a month, you have 24/7 access.
Yeah.
That you can get answers, basically. Is that what it is?
Very important that you brought that up, because what we do is we're improving access. It's not necessarily a prescription. What we try to do is make it so you can pick up the phone and have access to a doctor. You may not need a prescription. You may just want to discuss your symptoms. So,
and to get
I like
thorough
that
advice.
too.
Is that basically it? So that if, let's say, I hurt myself and I'm thinking, do I need to go to an emergency room? I could pick up the phone and talk to them about my symptoms, and then they could recommend if I go into a doctor?
not only recommend, but we can triage you. And what that means is we can direct you as to what's the most effective health care for your particular issue. And we, in addition to that, we can actually make the appointment for you.
Okay.
Wow. How does it work? Do you have family memberships, if you will? Is it individual? Do you have access to my medical history? What's, again, kind of the practical application?
Well, what happens is once you sign up for service, you'll be registered on our online portal. From there, you will complete a health history online, which the doctor,
there you go.
Yeah.
the doctor, the same thing that you complete in a doctor's office is what you would complete over the phone and online. So the physician has access to your health records, your health history, your social history, your family history. At that point, we keep it in a secure, HIPAA-compliant portal that allows other healthcare physicians to view it in the event that we need to triage you. So basically, in advance.
We all three like take a breath as he takes a breath to ask our next question. Go ahead.
No, go right ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say that sometimes when you feel like you're getting sick, you call the doctor, they have no time. They'll see you in 3 days or 2 days, we can't get you in today. And by then, you're either half dead or you're cured. So is this something that you could hit right within, obviously within 24 hours, because that's the name of the, can you just pick up the phone and say, okay, here's the deal?
In real time, basically what that means is, and most of our consults are less than 35 minutes, and what that means is from the time you pick up the phone, if we don't have your health history, it takes roughly 5 minutes to complete it online or over the phone with our call center. While that's being done, the doctor's being notified of your chief complaint or your symptoms, and he's reviewing your health history in parallel. And then typically within 20 minutes, he'll call you back, and you're typically on the phone with the doctor for 10 to 15 minutes.
I have a question. May I answer? Sage, yes. My question is, you're a child. How old are you?
7.
7. So you probably are not going to need a cardiologist or an internist. You might need a pediatrician. So my question for you, for your dad, is, do you have specific specialties that we can access? Are there different kinds of physicians that are actually taking call?
Yes. Typically, over the course of the last year, we've used 6 different physicians, and they're either internal medicine, family practice, emergency room doctors, and pediatricians.
That makes sense. Okay.
And then how do you find your physicians? Is there any sort of certification or qualification? Do they have to sign up? How do they get into your network?
Well, there's 3 different ways to do it, but typically we get calls from doctors all over the country looking for new avenues to where they can branch out outside of family practice. So many doctors, as you know, practice phone medicine without the access to a chart. We provide them with an online chart. So a lot of our doctors will contact us. Every once in a while we'll advertise. We're getting ready to launch in a couple different states, and we'll have to develop networks in those states. So typically they reach out to us, or we have a professional group that'll go out and recruit.
And then can they prescribe over the phone and get a prescription to a pharmacy?
Absolutely.
Like Debbie gets migraines, and obviously she doesn't need to be seen every time she gets a migraine.
Right.
So could she just call up and say, I've got a migraine coming, I'm out of my Imatrax? Something, is that how it works?
It depends on the health history and at the discretion of the doctor. So if her health records...
They're talking about us. Have you noticed that? Go ahead.
So
don't mind us.
That's a clinical question on a case-by-case basis. Migraines don't necessarily fit into our core illnesses. However, pink eye isn't one of our core illnesses. We get those. We get
sinus infections.
We get a lot of sinus infections.
And since this
pink
is
eye would be a perfect example of that.
And not that we're discounting anything you're saying, but since this is Girl Talk, could you tell us a little bit about who this person is that is sitting next to us?
This is Sage. We like to say that we're a family business, and Sage does a couple different things for us. She helps out in the call center. She checks the mail, and she also interviews some of the pediatricians to make sure quality assurance.
I like that. I think that is. And she had a wonderful time during this interview. She was like, all right, stay with us. We're going to be right back. Guess where we're going? We go on field trips on Girl Talk. We're going on a field trip today to Custom Audio Video, and we're going to check out all the new groovy stuff, like TVs. You would love it. Music. It's so cool. Stay with us. Yeah, man. Yeah. We'll be right back here on Girl Talk.
Girl Talk is brought to you by J. Banks Design, The Greenery, Stoneworks, Custom Audio Video, and by Island Tire and Automotive Services. Please support these businesses who make our program possible.